All right, I am back. I am still on the quadratic formula, but in this video I'm going to do the irrational solution. So we've already touched on this in class, but I want to go ahead and do some of them on a video so you guys can go back and replay them if you need to, just so you can understand this a little bit better. All right, I am going to again use my other piece of paper so I can write this a little bit larger. For me, it helps me explain this and see my work, and hopefully it'll help you too. So if you need another piece of paper, please go ahead and do this. So I'm just going to grab this, I'm going to rewrite. So I'm going to do number 9, which is x squared plus 4x plus 1 equals 0. All right, so I'm going to do this, and you can see right there. All right. So again, I know already I'm going to be irrational because this is the section it's in. Okay, so it's already set equal to 0. So my A is going to be 1, my B will be 4, and my C is going to be 1. So again, my equation, x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. All right, fill it in. So I have x equals opposite of my b, which is negative 4 now. So negative 4 plus or minus square root of b squared. So 4 squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 1. All divided by 2 times 1. All right, moving right along, looking to simplify. So I have negative 4 plus or minus square root of 4 squared, 16, minus 4, negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. So negative 4 is going to be down there. All over, all divided by 2. Let's go ahead and simplify a little bit further. X equals negative 4 plus or minus in the square root of, and that's 16 minus 4, which is going to be the square root of 12 divided by 2. So 12, you should have picked up on that is not a perfect square. So this is where our irrational solutions are going to come in. All right, so over here, I'm just going to put in over here, 12. I'm going to prime factor this. So it's 2 times 6. 2 is prime. And then 6 will be broken down to 2 times 3. Again, I'm pulling out my doubles. This is really the square root of 12. Okay, these are all square roots, square root, square root. So it's really the square root of, and then 2 times 2 is 4. So the square root of 4 is 2. So I'm going to pull out 2, because the square root of 4 is 2, and everything else is going to get put back under 3. So this is right here. This is going to go right back in. So it's going to be x equals negative 4 plus or minus, now this is going to go here, 2 square root of 3. So it's going to go right back over here. And then all again is going to be divided by 2. All right, so I'm going to kind of explain this here, and I'm going to break this up. So it's really going to be negative 4 divided by 2, okay? And it's going to be plus or minus 2 square root of 3 divided by 2. Okay, so this is kind of how my divided by, or when I divide, this is how it kind of is broken down. Okay, so everything gets divided by this 2. So it's going to actually be negative 4 divided by 2 is going to be negative 2. Okay, so it's negative 2, and here's my plus or minus, plus or minus. Now 2 divided by 2 is 1. Remember, I don't use 1s a lot in algebra. So right here, I'm not going to use my 1. So it's just going to be now the square root of 3. Now if you put a 1 there, it's not technically wrong. We just don't usually write it like that, so you're not going to see that normally. Okay, and this is going to be my answer, so I'm going to put this in braces. Okay, that's it. That's my answer right there. So this is going to be my answer. All right. That's number 9. All right. Let's do. Just trying to see what ones will make us happy. Okay, let's do number 10. Let's just do the next one because it kind of goes against what I just said. So negative x squared minus 2x plus 7 equals 0. Okay, equals 0, great. A equals negative 1, B equals negative 2, and C equals 7. Okay, again, my equation x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Great. All right, let's go ahead and do this. So x equals negative b, which is the opposite of this, so it's going to be 2 plus or minus the square root of b squared, so negative 2 squared minus 4 times a, which is negative 1, times c, which is 7, all divided by 2 times negative 1. Let's simplify. X equals 2 plus or minus negative 2 squared is going to be 4. Negative 4 times negative 1 is 4. 4 times 7 is 28 plus 28, all divided by negative 2. Okay, let's go ahead and do x equals, can you see that? Good. 2 plus or minus 4 plus 28, 32, all divided by negative 2. Okay, so again, this is kind of broken up a little bit, so I'm going to do right here, let's do 32 can be broken down to 8. 4 times 8, 2 times 2, both prime, circle them. 8 is 2 times 4, 2 is prime, 4, 2 and 2. Pull out your doubles again. This is the square root of 32. Pull out your doubles. So double 2, another double 2, and then I have 1, 2 left over. Goes back under the square root or the radical, so 2 times 2 is 4, square root 2. Okay, so this is my answer for square root of 2. Perfect. So I'm going to put this back in. Alright, 2 plus or minus 4 square root of 2, all divided by 2. Okay, so this is going to go here. Alright, hopefully you're with me. So this is going to be 2 divided by 2, okay, plus or minus, and then it's going to be 4 square root of 2 divided by 2. Okay, so 2 divided by 2 is going to be 1. This is where I'm using my 1. So equals 1 plus or minus 4 divided by 2 is going to give me 2. Square root 2. Okay. Oh, sorry, this is a negative 2. And this is going to be negative 2, sorry, negative 1. So 4 divided by negative 2 is going to be negative 2, negative 2, just like this. So negative 1 plus or minus negative 2 square root of 2. And this is my answer here. Done and done. All right. Let's see. What other one? Let's do number 13. And that will probably be done. 13. Sure, why not? Let's do 13. All right. 13. All right, 13 is x squared plus 3 equals 8x minus x squared. Okay, again, I need it to equal 0, so I'm going to subtract 8x, and I'm going to add x squared. So add x squared, I'm going to subtract 8x. Okay, so I'm just going on this, so right here, so this is kind of how I'm doing this. So now I have 2x squared minus 8x, because that's my b, plus 3 equals 0. Okay, I'm good there. I'm doing number 13. And my a is 2. My b is negative 8. And my c is 3. It's x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 ac divided by 2a. Alright, let's start filling it in. X equals negative b, which is going to be 8, plus or minus square root of negative 8 squared minus 4 times your a, which is 2, times your c, which is 3. All divided by 2 times your a, which is 2. Good. Let's simplify. 8 plus or minus negative 8 squared is going to be 64. Negative 4 times 2 times 3 is going to be, so negative 4 times 2, negative 8. Negative 8 times 3, negative 24. All divided by 4. So you don't need a calculator for this, for sure. It's just nice to have one for calculations and to check your work. Alright, x equals 8 plus or minus, and then 64 minus 12 is going to give us 40. All divided by 4. Okay, I'm going to do my prime factorization up here. So I have 40. Again, it's the square root of 40. 4 times 10. Break it down. 2 times 2, both prime. 10. Break it down. 2 times 5, both prime. Looking for my doubles, so I'm pulling out square root of 4, which is 2. And everything else, no doubles, so it's going to go 2 and 10 back in your radical. Okay? So this is where it's going to go here. So it's going to go equals 8 plus or minus. Now the square root of 40 is going to be broken down now into 2 times the square root of 10. So 2 square root of 10, all divided by 4. Okay? So this is divided by 4, and then this is divided by 4. Okay, so hopefully you understand where that's coming from. Alright, I'm going to scoot my paper down. I'm going to kind of put this out for you. So I have 8 divided by 4. 8 divided by 4, plus or minus. And I have 2 square root of 10 divided by 4. Okay, so let's go ahead and simplify this one. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So, x equals 2 plus or minus 2 divided by 4 is 1/2. Okay, I'm not going to use my 1, but I'm going to use my 2. So it's really going to be 1/2. Okay, and this is going to be square root of 10. Okay, so now I'm not going to use this 1 here, but I'm going to use this 2, so it's really going to look like this. Here, here, okay? So that's kind of how this is, so it's really 1/2. But I'm just not going to use my 1, so it's going to look like this, and this is going to be my final answer. So my final answer is X. Okay, and there we go. There we have it. We're done. This is going to be your answer here. All right, and we're done. So I did not do a couple of these, so you guys can try the rest and try your homework. Questions, please reach out and ask. Talk to you guys soon.